Um, really happy to talk to you about SALAAM VENKY. It has been a beautiful journey. Sorry? Sound? What are we? Okay. So, this story is taken from a book called The Last Hurrah. And Last Hurrah is a book written by Shrikant Murthy, which is about this boy called Venkatesh in Hyderabad and his mother Sujata. So that is the name of the characters even in the film, Sujata and Venkatesh. It is an amazing story of spirit, of living life to the fullest. Venkatesh was affected by DMD, which is Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and it is a disease where the muscles get wasted and the child normally dies by the age of 16. But how to live life, however short your life is, कितना जिंदगी अच्छी तरह जी सकते हैं. That is what inspired me, and that is what is the crux, that जिंदगी लंबी नहीं बड़ी होनी चाहिए, which is the dialogue from Anand, and that was real Venkatesh's favorite film and favorite line.
Thank you so very much, ma'am. To Kajol, ma'am, how does it feel to be a part of a true story, and how different it has been for you?
First of all, let me say good evening, Kolkata. Thank you so much for all of you all to come here, and I'm really happy to be here. So I'm here after a very long time. बहुत सालों के बाद आ रही हूँ. I'm coming after about 5 years, but it's always amazing to come here. And I've gone into a food coma in the afternoon. Khate, I think so. If I'm looking a little sleepy, excuse me. Okay, coming back to the film. It's a great responsibility actually. When you're playing a real life character, or you have to justify that character. You cannot leave if you have to live with the film, and if I have to live with that film, so does she. And our biggest test will be when Sujata walks in and watches the film, and hopefully gives us passing marks in it. But yes, it is a big responsibility, and we do take it very seriously. It's not something that you can gloss over or take too many cinematic liberties with.
Hopefully, we are sure, because she has the right face for Sujata. Alright, to Vishal, how challenging your character was, and what are the kind of preparations you have been taking for this particular role? Because we have seen you in a very different role when we talk about the other movies, but today we are just talking about SALAAM VENKY and your role, Mr. Venky.
Hello everyone, Namaste. First of all, thank you so much for the warm welcome. And কেমন আছো? ভালো। আমি তোমাকে ভালোবাসি। আমরাও। ऐसा मुझे आता है। But yeah, first of all, though, I would like to start with thanking Revati ma'am and all our makers for believing in me, because you said yes, all the other work is totally different to what I've done in this film. And it was, yes, definitely it was challenging for an actor. It is difficult to portray different kind of roles each and every time. And after Mardani, people started expecting a lot from me. And now I got this opportunity only because of Revati ma'am, and she saw Venky in me. So that was a blessing for me, and I want to thank ma'am for that. And also about preparation, so I didn't know about this disease called DMD. Ma'am had a lot of research on this, and she told me about this disease, and she sent me one video clipping of one and a half hour video where one DMD patient was there, and I saw his journey throughout the day, how he sits, how he stands, what kind of body language he has. So I learned from that. And also ma'am told me that you just come on set, just prepare your lines and come on set, because you have Kajol ma'am with you, and she just act, you just respond to that, and that you'll be done. I think you will perform more than what you are thinking, and that is what happened. After watching the trailer, I saw that how could I perform, because of the co-actor Okay, I won't say co-actor, I'll say co-star like Kajol ma'am. So yeah, it was a big opportunity for me, and I am so glad that people are liking the trailer, and I am seeing only and only good responses. Thank you.
Definitely, not just the trailer, the poster speaks a lot as well. All right, I open the floor for my press and media members. So whoever is asking their questions, please raise your hand and mention your media house and then start the question and who the question is for. Please.
Hello, this way. Kajol ma'am, this way. Aruna from Aajtak. I have a question. Aruna from Aajtak. Well, I have a question to you. Like, I'm your ardent fan. So it's a vampire movie, but still, I just want to ask you, like, आप typical मम्मी हो क्या? मतलब निजी जिंदगी में?
टिपिकल का मतलब क्या होता है? आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट टिपिकल मीन्स रियली, क्योंकि हर माँ अलग होती है. मुझे लगता है हर माँ का बड़ा करने का तरीका अलग होता है, हर माँ का प्यार अलग होता है, हर माँ की अपब्रिंगिंग अलग होती है, अलग अलग चीजें सिखाती है. सिर्फ एक चीज जो है कॉमन है, दैट वी आर ऑल मदर्स, एंड जो प्यार होता है वो कॉमन होता है. सो आई थिंक या आई एम टिपिकल फॉर माई सेल्फ.
Thank you.
Ma'am, so 30 years, you completed 30 years in this industry in 2022, right? You started with Bekhudi in 1992. So 30 years is quite a long time, and you have seen the industry evolving. And the best part is that Kamal Sadana stars in this film. She was your co-star in your first film too. So if you were to sum up your journey in 2 lines, what would those be like? And
I don't know whether I can sum it up. Why should I sum it up? I have a lot more to do, I have a lot more to go, I have a lot more to say. But yes, I will say it was an absolute pleasure to see Kamal after so long. Of course, we met between that time, between Bekhudi and SALAAM VENKY. We have met off and on, and we do know what's happening in each other's lives, a little bit at least. But yes, to see somebody on a set after 30 years, it was an amazingly, it was like a surreal experience. I was like, it really felt like as though I'd been thrown back in time completely, and you know, yes, lots and lots of memories, lots and lots of memories. And Kamal, I remember mostly, I remember that I remember sitting with him on a bus, because that was like 90% of our shooting in Canada. We were just going from place to place in this big fat bus, and we would all be together from like 4 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock at night. And yeah, it was amazing, and you get to know somebody so well when you spend that much amount of time together. So yeah, it was really an amazing experience. Repeat. क्योंकि मैं लेजी हूँ, क्योंकि मुझे काम करना पसंद है, मुझे काम नहीं लगना चाहिए. Work, I feel, should be pleasure rather than work. Fortunately, I have the financial ability to say no and to space my films out, and I choose to exercise that option.
Kajal, on this side, to the left.
I can't, by the way, I can't see you all, so just bear with my whatever.
This is Shobik from India Blooms. Ma'am, I want to know that was it an instant yes to the script, because you have already played a similar kind of role in 2 other films in recent past. So I just want to know this.
It was actually an instant no, because it was an instant no, because yes, I have played a mother, but I don't necessarily do films. I don't do films where you know, I have things, you know, where there is anything happening to my child. I think after I became a mother, I've become very cautious about that. I don't want to play that kind of role, and I'm very clear about it. So when Revati ma'am actually approached me for the film, I said, you know, ma'am, I deeply respect you and I love you and I think you're one of the most fabulous actors and all that, but I'm not doing your film. So she very graciously anyway decided, she said, but come and hear it anyway, let me come and narrate it to you anyways. So she came and she made me hear the film, and I loved the script. I loved the way it had been written, and I've seen her film. I've seen her film which she's done long back called Phir Milenge with Salman and Shilpa Shetty, which I thought at that time that was one of the most sensitively handled films. It was such a well-balanced film, and it was a very, very sensitively handled film. And I remember thinking at that time that if I ever got a chance to work with her, I would definitely want to. And cut to today happened, and I'm listening to the script, which is amazing. I'm looking at Revati ma'am, and I know she's going to make a fabulous film. And my first thought was that if I don't do this film, I will regret it. So would I let my fear stop me from doing something that I will regret later? So I closed my eyes and I picked up the phone and I was like, okay ma'am, handle me, sambhal lena mujhe. So she very sweetly said, don't worry, I'll take care of you on set, and we'll manage everything.
Revati ma'am, what conversation you had with Kajol after she said no to the script?
Like she said, I said just listen to the script. I mean, she did not say no to the script. She said no to the idea. So then we just decided to go and read the script to her. Sameer Arora, who has written the screenplay of the film, then Kausarji did the dialogue. So Sameerji had come and he just read. And Sameerji has this, habit. Whenever he reads the script, he starts crying because he feels very connected to the story. So that day I told him, you shouldn't cry. I want to see what is Kajol's reaction. You don't dramatize. You just read the script. And he just kept reading, and I was only looking at Kajol's face. And then I realized, as an actor, I know, when, whatever happens, whatever your thoughts are before, there are certain things that touch your heart, and the actor in you gets awakened. And like she said, she just wanted to do the story, the character. I have to tell you, Kolkata has been a very inspiring space for me. The film festivals over here, and I think I was groomed by a lot of filmmakers from Kolkata. And this hall, this particular hall, I had come here when David Gere, Richard Gere's brother, had organized a fabulous conference on HIV and art, long back in 2003 or something. And we talked so much about HIV because those days HIV was a very feared, disease. And this is where I made a decision. This particular hall is where I made a decision to make Phir Milenge. So I'm really happy to come back here and talk about Salaam Venky. For me, these kind of causes need to be spoken about because there are so many people out there in our country who are going through such situations. And sometimes films as they are, it's one of the most, powerful and communicative media. When you talk about it, things in people change, their perspective changes, their attitude changes. So it is always important for me to say something through my film which will change at least one person in the audience. So Salaam Venky is another attempt, and I hope, that change happens within all of us.
Thank you.
Ma'am, जिंदगी बड़ी
One by one, please.
जबकि मैम जिंदगी लंबी नहीं बड़ी होनी चाहिए, इसमें आप क्या संदेश देना चाह रहे हो?
वही जो कह रही है that it is not important how many years you live, but अपनी जिंदगी आप कैसे जीते हो, because एक क्षण जो हमारे जीवन में आता है is very important. And it's not about कि हम हर वक्त खेलते हंसते जीना है, नहीं. You will be faced with hurdles. Zindagi is like that. It keeps throwing hurdles at you. But how do you handle those hurdles? Like she said, each mother handles her child differently. Each of us handle our hurdles differently. So how do we reach that? Whether we look at it, be shy away from it and walk away from it, or do we, plan and, tell ourselves to cross it? And how do we cross it? So each person does it differently. So Salaam Venky is the story of how Sujata and Venkatesh handle those hurdles in life. And Venkatesh's life was designed to be short. So उन्होंने कैसी अपनी जिंदगी अच्छी तरह जी, and how his mother supported him to do that. That is what I
Hello, ma'am.
One by one, please, one at a time. Yes, we'll take that first. Yes.
Ma'am, my question is to Kajol ma'am. Ma'am, your last project was Three Bhanga, which was your first stint with the OTT platform. How is it different from performing for the big screen, and do you like a particular format more?
I think for me as an actor, acting is acting. There's still going to be a camera, there's still going to be a crew. There's still the technique of acting does not change. I don't think so. But yes, there is a lot more freedom of speech. There is a lot more freedom in topics maybe that on OTT that you do not have on screen. There is that.
Hi Vishal, this is Javed Hussain from JKB News. काजोल मैम, काजोल के साथ इतनी बड़ी स्टार के साथ आपको काम करके कैसा लगा?
डेफिनेटली मुझे शुरू में तो बहुत डर लग रहा था, अभी भी लगता है, अभी भी कभी कभी आउट ऑफ वर्ड्स, आउट ऑफ टॉपिक हो जाता हूँ। डर तो लगेगा ही। अभी मुखर्जी फैमिली से मुझे थोड़ा डर भी लगता है, क्योंकि आपको पता है ना फर्स्ट फिल्म में मेरी कैसी हालत हुई थी। तो but yes, I really loved working with Kajol ma'am, and I really wish and I hope कि मैं मैम के साथ again and again काम करूँ, क्योंकि हमें ये बात तो सभी लोगों को पता थी कि how beautiful she is, but वो नेचर से भी अपने कितने ब्यूटीफुल है वो मुझे पर्सनली उन्हें जान के पता चला, और I feel so blessed that I got this opportunity to work with ma'am.
काजोल के पास जब एक्टिंग आप कर रहे थे तो कितना नर्वस थे आप?
ओके, तो मैं जब इनके साथ बैठता हूँ ऐसे बात करता हूँ तब मैं ज़्यादा नर्वस होता हूँ, बट बिटवीन एक्शन एंड कट आई डोंट फील नर्वस, बिकॉज दैट टाइम शी इज सुजाता फॉर मी एंड आई एम वेंकटेश। तो वेंकटेश को अपनी माँ से डरने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है, और इसीलिए हम परफॉर्म भी अच्छे से कर सकते हैं। हाँ, नर्वसनेस सभी लोगों को होती है, बट इस चीज़ की जितनी प्रैक्टिस करेंगे उतना ईजी हो जाता है काम। यस।
Hello, ma'am. This is.
Just a second. We'll take the last question, all right, and we'll take it from there.
Hello, ma'am. This is Boishakhi from We Spot You. सुजाता और काजोल में क्या क्या सिमिलर है?
Similar. Like I said, जैसे मैंने कहा कि सुजाता और काजोल दोनों माँ हैं, and माएँ जो होती हैं, जैसे हम एक्चुअली बात कर रहे थे उसके बारे में, हम यहाँ पे चलते चलते आ रहे थे और हम बात कर रहे थे कि मदर्स आर केपेबल ऑफ अमेजिंग इम्पॉसिबल फीट्स दैट वी डोंट इवन रियलाइज आर इम्पॉसिबल, बिकॉज हमारे बच्चे हैं सामने और हमको करना ही है। और सुजाता का भी किरदार इतना ऐसा ही है कि उसने जो देखा उसके सामने, उसने देखा कि मुझे अगर ये करना है तो उसने देखा नहीं कि उसके सामने स्पीड ब्रेकर है कि माउंटेन है। शी जस्ट वेंट अहेड। उसने सिर्फ देखा कि मुझे कहाँ तक पहुँचना है, इसके ऊपर जाना है, इसके अराउंड जाना है, अंदर से जाना है, जहाँ से भी जाना है मुझे वहाँ तक ही पहुँचना है। और उसका जो लक्ष्य था वो बहुत ही क्लियर था। और आई थिंक एवरी मदर फील्स लाइक दैट, एवरी मदर फील्स लाइक दैट व्हाट जो हम अपने बच्चों के लिए करते हैं, कहते हैं ना कि माँ बच्चे का जो रिलेशनशिप होता है, it's probably the purest relationship in the world and the only relationship which is unconditional. हर दूसरा relationship जो होता है दुनिया में, आपके भाई का, your husband, whatever, whoever, other people in your life will always have conditions. Are you a good person? Are you enough? Are you not enough? But the mother-child relationship is the one relationship which is truly unconditional. So yes, I think that is the biggest